Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the 233rd episode of Twisted Strands. My name is Jeannie, but you can call me JD, which is my name pretty much everywhere on the internet. So, yes, it's been a month. I'm sorry about that. I usually try to record more often, but things have been kind of cruddy. Kind of cruddy. This episode brought to you by water. That's it. So, anyway, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate ya coming by. I am just going to tell you about what I've been up to and do a review of the latest Simply Knitting. And what I've been up to, well, a lot of sewing. I've been doing a lot of sewing. I did a pair of shorts in some vintage fabric. If I can attach a photo to the podcast, I will. And yeah, basically a lot of sewing. I did the pair of shorts in some red and white dotted vintage fabric that I inherited from another sewer who sadly passed away. Now I'm a real vintage sewing and knitting and embroidery collector. I love going to estate sales and stuff like that and finding all the thread and needles and embroidery floss. Sometimes yarn, but that's the thing I like to do when I go to estate sales. They're kind of fun, and it makes my life of is there a good way to put it? No. Being unemployed can be harrowing and depressing and boring. When your search takes less time because it's mostly internet based, you get more hours during the day than you used to when you back in the 90s and early 2000s, and it's boring. So I do more crafting, more playing of games and stuff like that. And thus I found estate sales to be fun and a cheap way to get out, see what's out there. And I like giving people's old stuff new life. And that's me being weird now. Sorry. Anyway, this is my July wrap up. That's what I'm going to call it. Because it's been so long. But most of my knitting has been for the Come Together blanket. I'm going to tell you a little tiny bit. It's designed by Kat Cole. And mark me if I'm wrong, but I think she did the Pussy Hat movement that was substantial a few months ago. And now we're doing the Come Together blanket, which is meaningful because the president wants to build this god-awful wall. Why he got the idea that that's what America's about, I don't know. It's not. Not according to me and a great many other people. So anyway, it's called the Come Together blanket by Kat Cole. And that's what this is. I've sewn 3 rows together so far. I'm making smaller squares, so I'm having to sew together more squares. I hope you can hear me when something's blocking my voice. But anyway, I've got this much done, sewn together. See, I'm doing a bit really simple red and white. The simple strings that you see hanging are the only thing I need to weave in at this point. This is the back of the blanket. I'm doing a mattress stitch to to sew it all together. Because I'm only human, a lot of the squares are not square. or the same size, even though I'm using the same stitch count, the same needles, and the same yarn for every square. Now here is what my more recent blanket squares for it. And I'm using Red Heart type yarn. You know, so I didn't have to buy a lot. I did buy one Karen 1 pound for the white, and I've already used a lot of it, but I still have enough, I think. And the Red Heart I got from church, and so these are the squares. I'm doing simple stripes. Anyway, back to why this is important to me. It's going to be a project that demonstrates that it's important to welcome refugees and people in trouble into this country, and the point is we are all fucking refugees here. Let's not be stupid. That's how this country started. And it's, for more information, much better put than I am right here, it's welcomeblanket.org. Just, www.welcomeblanket.org. And you can find out more information on how you can participate or help, or it's going to be an exhibit of all of these blankets, and we're just going to show America that it is a safe space for people, and I hope that America continues to welcome people that are in need and all that, because the fact that our president thinks that anybody who's not naturally American isn't worth coming into this country, I think that's just bullshit. Here's an opinion. # not my president. Anyway, that's what I've been working on. Every day I'm trying to come up with a new square for this. I'm down to needing 4 more squares, so more than 4 more days of knitting at least. I'm not a fast knitter, but I'm a distracted knitter. I'm sure a lot of you can understand that. So there's that. Let's go on to stuff and junk, since I haven't any spinning or any finished objects or anything really. I usually have more of a hefty podcast. But yeah, when you just do job search and blanket square knitting and seaming, it's not really all that exciting. But what is nice in stuff and junk is this latest issue of Simply Knitting. Now, I've been subscribing to this for many years, and I do really like the issue. Mostly, every issue has something that I really want to make, even if I never get around to it. This one came with a kit for a weird little thing that I will not be making, but hey, here's the info. It's a little hedgehog, and it's a kit with, there's a better picture of the little bugger. It comes with, oddly enough, needles that you can stick into them. And of course the yarns. And what's fun is the little eyes and the nose thing are made of the same safety eyes. I've never seen safety eyes that tiny. And I'm going to say this now. If you find that the needles in your kit are shitty, don't be surprised, because I've never been pleased with the pins that I get in Simply Knitting. They're just rubbish. But anyway, it comes with pins for you to get your pincushion hedgehog started. And I do love Allen Dart's patterns. I've knit a few, but this month's I'm not that fond of. It's called Cheeky Babies. And as you know, I chose not to have children in life. And so I'm not a huge fan of real. It's like super deformed babies, and I'm like, meh, not real fond of the look of the pattern or the look of the toys. But if you like it, send me a message, okay? And I will cut this out of the magazine. I have no problems cutting out the parts of my magazine to give a pattern to someone who would like it. But I will not make copies. But the disappointment and amusement of the toys aside, wow, I'm just sorry about that. That aside, there's a lot of good sweaters and garments in this issue. I'm really pleased. It's a nice array. I like stripes, so I think this is honestly quite attractive. There's a lovely kids hoodie, yes, it's a kids hoodie, and it's a freaking panda bear. It is cute as anything, while not being offensively cute. You know what I'm saying? It's cute without being, oh my god, you made your kid wear that. And there's several pretty cardies. This is very nice. Very wearable, with an elegant lace on the edges, the hem, and the sleeves. That's very pretty. And this is very muted, but still colorful. That's attractive. I like that. So a lot of these knits look very nice, and there's a review of things. There's a crossword, I think, in this. Some letters from the readers. They make a big deal out of that. And I don't know if they do the word find still. I used to love that. They have a cartoon that they give you every week. It's their, yeah, it's called In the Loop. That's what they have. It's adorable. And it's just a really nice magazine. They have this, although I don't think I would make it. It looks like a nice project. So, while the toy is a disappointment, I found a lot of cardies that I would like. This one even comes as a set. There's a book cover and a pencil case that you can make along with that. Now, I realize there's not a lot of shaping, not a lot of decreases for the waist or anything. These sweaters are kind of boxy looking. But I'm kind of a pear shape and not very shapely female, as you can tell, probably. So that isn't a problem with me. But I think that the lace additions make these very attractive and feminine. And there's a really cute sweater for a child with stars in Tarja or Fair Isle, I'm not sure. I looked this over before, and, you know, I found a lot of things that I think is cool. There's an article about Shore to Sea, the Shoal of Ganges exhibition at the Sheringham Museum. Unfortunately, that's in Europe. But we still get to see many of the pieces. And there's this huge ass bag. Oh, excuse me. Itchy nose. That's lovely too. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. So anyway, all in all, I'm really pleased with this issue because of the sweaters. The sweaters won this time around. And I'm really happy. Now, I do have a question. They were showing totally tropical, sunnier weather, and they show all these nifty tools. Now, these needles have rulers printed on them. and it's engraved on them. I'm wondering if any of you have ever had a chance to use those needles. So if you ever have, let me know. I might just get a pair just to see what they are like. One last lovely sweater. This one's a pullover. So, yeah. All in all, a really good issue. I would recommend this if you were looking for a few nice sweater ideas for the coming fall season. It's almost fall. Jeez. Oh, as for more stuff and junk, I've been watching a ton of shark movies. I was watching the Sharknado when it came out. I didn't make a shark toy because I had my squares to make this year, which is a little bit disappointing. But if you would like, hold on. Let me get Fred for you. Anyway, last year when Sharknado 4 was showing, I was making a shark from the world of toys. And here's Fred. He had, his mouth is a bit of a mess. I need to fix that somehow. Dun, dun, dun. But anyway, he's a book from World of Toys, and he had a great many adventures. At Cape May, we took him into the pool, we took him into the beach, he got wrecked. Oh my god. I would throw him into the water, take pictures of him. So, yeah, he's been through a lot. But I will make another shark toy. Maybe once I'm done with my Come Together blanket, because that is the thing I need to work on. I want to get that out in the mail before September. And that's what I'm going to be working on a lot during my vacation next week in Cape May. I am going to do another podcast from the beach, and maybe Fred will come along just for shits and giggles, shits and grins. I don't know. But I will be making another toy. I do love making toys, even though I'm not the best at it. But this one was fun. And there's so many good shark patterns out there. So anyway, Fred might be going to the shore again. And I will be finishing my blanket if it kills me. The seaming together isn't half as bad as I thought it would be. It's just a simple mattress stitch, so. Anyway, yes. Been watching a lot of shark movies. They're all bad. Sharknado 5, I was mad because now I gotta wait another year to see what happens again. Oh, sci-fi. But at least I had plenty of shark movies to watch. I think my favorite of them all, and the bad shark movie, is Ghost Shark. I love Ghost Shark. That's really funny. But the new one for this year, other than Sharknado 5, was Trailer Park Sharks. It was so stupid. So stupid. So I'm sure you can find these on demand or online somehow if you don't have sci-fi. So anyway, I'm going to leave you with a ratty shark in my hand. Bye, Fred. You stay there. I gotta do the outro, Fred. Anyway, feel free to contact me. My email is jadeealt@gmail.com. I am JD, always spelled Jadee. It's JADEE666 on Instagram and Twitter. And on Facebook, JD Huff, HUFF, and that's it for now. I want to take a moment to say thank you for joining me today, and if you like the show, please hit that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. Hit that like button, and thank you so much. Mwah. Love you all, and I will see you next week, and I hopefully won't get sunburned. And that's it for now. But one thing I'd like to leave you with, my favorite parting thought, is whenever you're doing crafts, from the simple to the sublime, you are making the world a more beautiful place. And for that, I thank you. Have a good week, everybody. Or, yeah, I'll be back next week. Sorry about the break that I needed, but I really needed it. Sometimes I just need a break. Anyway, have a great one. I will see you next time, and keep on stitching. Bye-bye, everybody.